A fool with a plan can beat a genius without one. Stop for a second and think about that quote and realize why it resonates so much and why we decided to include it. Because so far, throughout this Freedom Challenge, what we've been talking about is coming up with your ideal plan. And what we understand is that your ability to come up with a solid plan increases your likelihood of actually getting to financial freedom by a lot. And so it makes sense that we would include getting your plan in order in this Freedom Challenge. So there are actually 4 reasons why you want to come up with your plan. And I have my notes here, so I'm going to be looking down. But the first reason is confidence. See, the journey that you are going to embark on is definitely hard. Only 10% of the world, which you established a couple of videos ago, have achieved this. Which means that not only is it hard, it's lonely, and no one else perhaps around you has achieved it before. Perhaps you're the first in your family. Perhaps you're going after something that will change the trajectory of your entire bloodline. That's hard. But if you have a plan, a solid plan that you can see from beginning to end, from end back to beginning, it gives you confidence to keep going. The second is that it gives you priorities. Priorities means that now you'll be able to say, hey, that doesn't align with my goal, it's no problem, I won't do it. Here's the question that becomes very obvious. If something comes on your plate for you to do, does this get me closer to my goal? If not, you don't do it. You see, now it becomes that simple. This is what having a clear plan does. You have confidence and you have clarity. Now, it doesn't become, hey, maybe that might get towards my goal. No, does this align with my goal? If not, you don't do it. Priorities, now you have clarity. It becomes very simple after that. The next reason is efficiency. The less time you spend figuring out where to go along your freedom journey, the easier it will be for you to move quickly. You see, if you are confused, then it doesn't help you when you get to a stumbling block, because times will get rough. And if your priorities aren't there, if you don't have the confidence, then it is less efficient. That is why it's so important to have a plan. And we're going to get into creating a plan. I'm going to show you what creating a plan looks like. But I just want to give you the reasons why this is so important and why you should stick around until the end, especially of this video. The last reason for you to have a plan is visualization. We've established that one of the traits that we see amongst many successful people is their ability to visualize a future that does not yet exist. Your plan allows you to see it in front of you, and it helps you to visualize. If you can see your plan, it doesn't have to be all in your mind, it can be in your sight. And you can see it out loud is what I like to say. See your plan out loud. And that will be a part of our homework later. But that's the last reason why you need a plan. It's for these 3 things: clarity, confidence, efficiency, and having the ability to visualize what is important to you. So here are some questions that I'm going to read off for you, and perhaps you can close your eyes and think about this, and that will help you along that visualization sort of path. Where will you be living in your life of freedom? What will you wear? What will you drive? Or will you take the train? Or will you ride a bike? What kind of food will you eat? How will you fly? Will you fly on planes? How often? Will you charter? Or will you fly commercial? What will your family look like? How big will your family be? Will you have kids? How many kids will you have? Will your parents be retired? Will they be living with you? What does your life look like? Will any of your friends be traveling with you? What physical shape will you be in? How is your health? Again, this is once you achieve your financial freedom, think about that person and use these questions to get you thinking about that. So then, what we're going to talk about next is a thought process for you to start at the end and work yourself towards your present. This process is called reverse engineering. I'm going to walk you through it with an example that I prepared with my team for you so that you can see what that process, mental process, looks like, and then you can replicate it for yourself. This is very important, so pay attention here. So let's say your answer to some of the questions earlier was that you want to be in New Zealand, especially the first question, you want to be in New Zealand. Okay, so then now we need to figure out how are we going to get into New Zealand. Now, if you're not a New Zealand citizen, you need a visa. So then we start researching visa types, and we realize that there is one visa type that allows you to get citizenship in New Zealand if you have I think the number is not 3 million, but 3 million New Zealand dollars invested, and you can get a visa, you can purchase your visa to live in New Zealand. And you decide that that's the path that you want to go for, no problem. So then now you have an end goal, you want to live in New Zealand, and you know that you need this visa type to go live there, and it costs $3 million. Okay? So then now, we need to think about, okay, how do we get that $3 million? Now we have a financial mark, a clear financial goal. Okay, so then now we need to see what industry can get us $3 million in the next 10 years, 15 years, 7 years, 6 years. Okay, so then let's say you decide to do real estate. Okay, no problem. So then now you start doing research. Again, this is starting with the end in mind. New Zealand, we're working backwards. I'm showing you the mental process. So now you've identified your industry. You want to see, okay, how many doors in real estate do I need to get to $3 million in X amount of years? Okay, how much money does each door make? Every deal I close, can I close a deal for $500,000? Profit, $500,000. Okay, can I close a deal for $100,000? Okay, can I close a deal for $50,000? How many of those do I need to do in the next year to be able to move me closer to my goal of getting to New Zealand, which is a $3 million mark? Okay. So now the question becomes, what do I need to do by the end of the year to do that? Because I have this 10-year, right? So then by the end of year one, perhaps I want $500,000 New Zealand, right? By the end of year two, I want 1 million. So then I'm trying to accomplish my goal in 6 to 7 years. Okay, so then by the end of year one, how many deals do I need to do in real estate to get me to accomplish my $500,000 mark? Okay, fine. Then that means in 3 months, I need X amount of deals done. So then what do I need to do between now and 3 months' time to make sure I'm hitting my year mark? Let's take it a step further. What do I need to do by the end of this month to hit my 3-month mark? What do I need to do this week, a step further, to be able to hit my month goal? Then we're going to take it a step further. What do I need to do today to be able to hit my week goal so I can get to New Zealand in 6 to 7 years? This is the process of reverse engineering. What do I need to do today so I can hit my $500,000 mark at the end of this year? What do I need to do today? Do I need to make a phone call? Do I need to send an email? Do I need to call somebody? Do I need to watch a video? What do I need to do today, by the end of today, so I can hit that week mark, month, 3 mark, year, 6 year mark? What do I need to do today? Again, if you get your plans in order like this, it becomes so much easier to achieve them, which is why we need to talk about it this way. Again, for the reasons that we discussed earlier, confidence, clarity, efficiency, and visualization. If you can see it this way, your reverse engineering process becomes very powerful. Let's continue. So what do you need to be doing every day? So then now, once we ask ourselves these things, going back to yesterday's conversation, we forget the end goal and focus on our daily plans. This is how you come up with a solid plan for your financial freedom journey. You start with the end in mind, what you want to do, and work yourself backwards. Combining everything that we've learned so far, using your freedom sources of income, using what you've learned about credit, redefining your money. Once you have your plan, this will help you to attack your goals correctly. Now, freedom seekers, we have homework, of course. So here are the 2 items for your homework that you have to accomplish by the end of tonight in preparation for tomorrow. Number 1, spend time to really picture what your life will be after you've achieved your financial freedom. Review the questions again that we asked earlier. Where do you live? What will your kids look like? Who will be with you? What your friends will look like? What will you be wearing? What will you look like physically? Spend time to really picture it. Close your eyes, put some music on, and for 5 minutes, just think about it. Have that clear picture. And I would recommend doing this multiple times throughout the week, not just doing it for tonight. Again, visualization is very important. And then the second thing, it's a bit more hands-on. I want you to create a vision board. I want you to create a vision board that reflects the answers that you have for number one. Your vision board should include where you want to live, what is important to you. If it is that you want to live in New Zealand, that's fine. Then put New Zealand up there so that you can remind yourself that that's the end goal, and then you are working backwards, looking at your daily tasks to get there. How do you do this? You can go on Google, you can go on Instagram, Google vision board, see some examples. You can create a visual one. Some people are more hands-on, they want to create a physical one, that's fine. I have a physical one that I put up on my wall, it's very fantastic. I spent an afternoon on it, it's great. You can do this any way that you want to, but have a vision board that you can see this is the end goal. That's all it is. This is the end goal, that's what I'm going for. See it clearly, because that's very important. It's a common trait among successful people, and that's why I'm recommending, and we're recommending, that you do it in this Freedom Challenge. Again, Freedom Seekers, it's been a pleasure to talk to you today. I will see you tomorrow. Remember, you are always one decision away. Come prepared tomorrow. We are going to wrap this up. We have 2 more days left. It's been so exciting going through this Freedom Challenge with you. Take care.